MSBA, where Minnesota school boards learn to lead.
Welcome to the MSBA Legislative Update for 2019. My name is Kirk Schneidawind, Executive Director for the Minnesota School Boards Association. We are 6 weeks into the session and there's been a lot of activity but not a lot of product. Coming up, we will have the governor's budget released on Tuesday, February 19th. There have been a number of House and Senate bills introduced so far. We've had over 1,000 in each body. In the House, we have 112 related to education, and in the Senate, we have 145 bills related to education. In last week's Weekly Advocate, we asked you to reach out to Governor Walz and ask him to include the following in his budget proposal: a 3% biennial general education formula increase, and that means 3 the first year and 3 the second year. Fully funding Minnesota's portion of the cross-subsidy, also fully funding the remaining qualified school safety grants, and lastly, supporting the increase of Teachers of Color Act for 2019. This past week, there were also some really important bills that went through committee. One dealing with the school start date, which would repeal the post-Labor Day start requirement. A second one deals with the renewal of an operating levy at the same amount, which would not require boards to go to the voters if the operating levy were for the same amount. And thirdly, an MSBA initiative dealing with special ed paper reduction so teachers in the special ed space can focus on teaching and not so much on process. To also provide you an update on some of MSBA's priorities, there have been 4 bills introduced on the general ed formula, 8 bills on special ed funding, 12 bills on school safety, and 8 bills dealing with special ed paperwork reduction or mandate relief. A bill has also been introduced in the House dealing with school board special elections. MSBA is also tracking new bills with mandates, and we have counted up to 30 additional mandates that would come down on school districts and school boards through the bill introductions. The Delegate Assembly brought forth a resolution also to ask the Attorney General to sue the federal government to tap into additional special ed resources, at least up to the 40% that's required under federal law. We've got positive feedback from the new Attorney General who is looking into this. MSBA's Weekly Advocate provides you with a summary of all those bill introductions and a schedule of what bills are being heard each week. We would encourage you to contact Bruce Lombard if you're interested in receiving these. Thanks for taking the time out of your schedule to listen to the video, and we would strongly encourage you to share this with your other school board members. We know that your advocacy matters, and so if you reaching out to your local legislators to talk about funding and flexibility as well as policy mandates is really an important way to share MSBA's message with our legislators. A couple things we want to mention regarding upcoming events and saving the dates. One, we have our MSBA Day at the Capitol on Monday, March 25th. So take some time, put it in your phone, put it in your calendar. We want to see you in St. Paul helping us advocate for your public school students on funding issues as well as policy issues. Lastly, on Monday is the start of School Board Recognition Week. So we hope that you have taken some time, whether it's a picture in the newspaper or some other recognition, to honor and recognize the school board's work that they do on an annual basis to help our school districts run smoothly and provide great opportunities for our public school students. And thanks for listening to the MSBA's Legislative Update for 2019.
MSBA, where Minnesota school boards learn to lead.